Welcome to another morning broadcast. We meet 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. I hope you had a great weekend. Hope you got some rest, spent some time with the family. If you celebrated the holiday, I hope that went well for you. If not, I hope that you had a productive weekend, got rest, were able to do some reviews. We had a hot morning this morning. As I always say, sometimes I say, look, we need to treat or prepare for the next trading day as if it's going to be our best, because we never know. It could be. Today was explosive with UPXI. This is the first one, and then we'll get right into the big picture. Okay. This is your first time joining. I trade a momentum strategy. We're looking for stocks that have unusual volume. We're looking for stocks that have unusual volume, significant catalyst, and we're looking for a large range of momentum. And we're just going to take a little piece of that momentum out. And that's what we're doing every day. We're showing up. Sometimes we trade certain sectors. It could be tech, quantum, energy, finance. It could be biotech. Sometimes we're trading individual stocks because of the market conditions. So right now, that's where we are. Let's talk about UPXI real quick, and then we'll jump into our discussion about the. Here we go. Okay. All right. So if we look at this morning, UPXI, this one, they had $100 million offering and private placement. So this right here is generally great news when you have private investors interested in investing money in the company and buying shares privately. Yes, Zeke. Yeah, UPXI. That's why I say you never know. That's why we have to show up as if it's going to be the best trading day, because you never know when you have something up like this. UPXI is up 378% right now, from $2.30 now up about $11.40, almost $12. So many strong scalping opportunities here. First one here is about a 1 to 5, 1 to 6 trade here with not much of a pullback at all. And then we have another entry, another opportunity here, and it just kept going for us to take advantage of it. So UPXI, we'll continue to take a look at it. Sometimes these stocks will run up. You have traders jumping in. You get the short squeezed, and they'll go up even more, 500, 600, 1,000%. So we never know. That's why we have to show up, look for volume, look for price action, and look for the order flow that we want to see. All right. So that one right there is it's incredible. Also, it's incredible. All right, now let's talk about big picture real quick. While JMVR also had Solana news when it climbed from 11 to 75. Yeah, it's incredible, man. Incredible. All right, so here we go. So what's going on? Overall market. So we see stocks are in a slump. Some of the markets are closed today, like in Europe and other places. So we're there's some activity that is not that is absent, but what's going on overall market? So Trump's tariffs are having a big impact, as they have been, but now to add on to that, he is threatening Fed Powell. Okay, so there's a Wall Street Journal article that was written that warns that these actions can undermine the U.S. financial primacy, right? And no matter how much negotiations happen, they're saying that some of it's going to be irreversible, okay? And so a lot of this is spooking the markets, rightfully so. So as I've been saying, it's hard to articulate a fundamental bias for the rally right now with so much pressure. Just imagine Powell still has about a year or so under his with his contract, or however they term it, and Trump is threatening to fire him, right? To intervene. So we have that going on, and we have even though we had some positive news around tariffs that gave us some relief, we still have to deal with a lot of what's going on, and the war, the Trump, the wars that are going on between the different countries when it comes to between America and the other countries. So a lot of this is really a weight on the market right now and adding pressure. So that being said, I am back to the individual catalyst mode, right? So we're not just trading, baskets together. We're looking for things like UPXI, right? And we're just showing up every day, and we don't know whether we've been having 2 to 3 opportunities at least every day. So we're just showing up, and the things that pop up on the scan, they look good, low float, high float turnover. They have the price action, they have the volume that we're looking for. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. I don't think it's too late to jump into UPXI. The thing is what I try to do is, okay, you have this pre-market action, okay, and then when the market opens, the typical pattern is that some of these will sell off. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll wait and see when the market opens if we're gonna push down and the move to the downside fails, and then we push back up, or if it starts to range and we break out of that range, right? So this has a pretty good catalyst, so it can definitely continue. It can definitely continue. So that's the thing. It's like at the time of when this breaking up and creating new highs, our hints is when we see aggressive buying. Right, we see the aggressive buying when there's a pullback and there's not much selling aggression, right? And the buying aggression continues. That's what we're looking for, and we just traded there. But if on the flip side, as price starts to pull back, we see selling aggression. The ask is heavy. Then we wait on the sidelines until we see signs that the buyers are still in control, right? So I definitely wouldn't. Could you tell me where to get that? Also, yeah, I definitely wouldn't take my eyes off of it. Too many times, people may say, all right, man, it's the move is done, and it just continues to go. So when something is hot, stick with it, because what happens is sometimes you have sellers jump in and they get squeezed out. Like they try to sell against that buying aggression, because typically, as I mentioned, you have a front side, and you have the back side happen. So what they're anticipating is when that back side is happening. So the higher, the better for them, right? So as it goes higher and higher, it's good. But at times they'll get in and the front side isn't done. So when that happens, you have this parabolic push to the upside, which benefits us. Okay. So that's why we want to stick with the stock that's moving. All right. Okay. So let's move on. So as I mentioned, let me just recap. All of the indices, I have the same outlook on. We have upside pressure, right? So any bounces, in my opinion, should be faded. If you're gonna take a long move, let it be from zone to zone. But I'm looking at shorts as of right now, and I've just been saying the same thing. We have that upside pressure. Okay. We have the upside pressure. All right. Please remind what indicator is used to measure buying and selling aggression in lower panel. This one is called the CVD, cumulative volume delta. You can grab it from TradingView here, cumulative volume delta. All right. Okay. So let's look at a few others that are on watch. All right. So we have from last week. There's a few that held up from last week that I'm going to have on watch. DWTX exploded to the upside Tuesday. It pulled back, as I said, which is normal. But then I put it in our game plan on Thursday for this potential recovery, and it actually recovered. Liquidity trap. You get the sellers coming in. They're looking for a price to move down, but buyers stepped in there and then it held up. So if volume comes in, right now, there's not much volume like it wasn't in that pre-market, but if volume comes in, then we may be able to trade that one. Okay. Another one that I'm looking at is SMX. This one pushed up Wednesday. We had some scalps there, pulled back, and it just held up. So it's either going to short here, back down, or it's going to hold up. And if it does spike here, that could be a good sign. We have some good movement, we have a good range there to trade. All right. So these are ones that I have on watch. Verve is another similar situation that I have on watch. Hearts, this one, this one just went from $3 all the way up to $8, and several catalysts that helped it. It has a larger float, so if I do participate in it, it has to have almost perfect price action and volume. But I'm just mentioning it because that could be the case. But I just have it on the back burner. Okay, all right. So TGL, this is another one where prices grinded up, it's pulled back, and we'll see it's in the range right now. So it's either gonna move sideways, or some of these have that recovery. We catch a really strong move to the upside because of what I mentioned about the short squeeze. All right, and then QURE. This one is one that we traded together on Thursday. Spiked up during the pre-market and pulled back, gave us an entry, and then it's moving lateral, right? So similar situation. MLGO, yeah. I looked at the MLGO this morning, and I was just looking at the overall trend, and what I wanted to, after this move here around that 7 a.m., it spiked here, and then it just failed. So I was gonna cover it as one of the last. So this one, I want to see, like, it's a lot of noise here. It's a lot of noise here, a lot of zones. So what I want to see is if we do break above VWAP, something very clean, break and then pull back to VWAP for a bounce. So this one is here around, when I first saw it, it was around here. And I was looking to see how it was gonna work out. So it did give a nice spike. Then as it pulled back, it just kept failing. So like that buying momentum just kind of died out, kind of struggled. I gave another scout here from VWAP, pulled back. So as of right now, this is UPXI was just a better option this morning for trading, especially after that 8 a.m. Eastern time. But yeah, so in that range right now, below VWAP, pop to the upside, pull back, and then boom, there. So that's what I'm looking at for MLGO. All right. Good morning. Thanks for joining, everybody. If you have a ticker for me to look at, let me know. I am just pulling up my last few tickers that I was looking at here. So we covered UPXI, DWTX. All right. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for me right now. There's a lot of news around APVO. Yeah. So let me talk about them real quick. So APVO, this popped up on the scan. Just by the time that volume came in, it was on a downtrend. So, as I mentioned, these are some that I've already looked at everything here that was on the scan. These are those that you set alarms and then see if it recovers. Otherwise, it's a move to the downside. Okay. EVGN. Same situation with EVGN. Now these can, again, they can pop. So I just sort of discussed those that were maybe it was on those that were on an uptrend from last week, but these popped up on a scan. So I would just say we set alarms on these, and we'll see what happens. Okay. All right. Thanks for your live. US 30. Yep. US 30. Same as the other indices. And even more so because UNH gapped down on Thursday on earnings, and UNH is one of the largest companies, largest weighted companies on 30, right? So if you see that pop, what I'm looking for is a pop and a continuation. I'm just looking to fade I'd be looking to fade the moves to the upside. Okay. All right. Do you have a tape reading course? Matthew Reedy. Yes. Hit me up, man. Just hit the link in my description and I'll help you out. All right. Yes. Tape. Where do you find that? It depends on what platform you use, what you trade. So if you're in the US, you can download Thinkorswim and you can trade with Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim has a tape. It's pretty, it's free. It's a good platform to get started with. I use Lightspeed and Dash Trader Pro. Those you have to pay for. So yeah, but if you trade futures, there's you can use Ninja Trader. You can use Tradeovate. Ninja Trader purchased Tradeovate. You can use there's a lot of options out there. There's one that's one of my favorites. It's just slipping my mind right now. Start with the M. It's a really good one that has a lot of order flow tools. DWTX, yeah. We'll see if all right, let's see. Okay. It's not Lightspeed. It's not that Lightspeed is the best. It's one of the options. It's very fast, and it's good if you're going to use Lightspeed as a broker. So they're a broker and they have a platform. Okay. So Matthew, are you in our Discord? I think you're in our Discord, man. Look, hit this. I'm going to drop a comment here. Send me an email here, and we'll make sure you're good. Support@profitx.com. Make sure that you get what you need. Okay. All right. So DWTX. Yeah. Let's see if we'll see what the tape looks like, and we'll see if we get a setup here. See if volume comes in. So that's what we are. We're hunters. Right? We're looking for the stocks that are moving, that are going to give our setup, that are going to give us our setup. We have that perfect combination of price action and order flow. And that's what we're looking for. That's what we need. So for News Catalyst, TradingView is a really good site because they've really improved. They have these, they have the button. If you're wondering why I'm not just jumping right in, it's because I'm waiting on my setup here. So I want to buy at the top. You won't catch everything, and sometimes something is moving, you just can't jump in. even though it may go, sometimes you have to wait for your setup. So if I may jump in here, then my setup, it pulls back. My setup is there, for a clean trade. So that's what I'm looking for. All right, so let me get this right. CWT. All right, CWT. Let me take a look at it. Newsfilter.io is a really good site. Okay, it's a really good site. And it's free. This one has turned. CWT has turned, so this one has some potential. All right, let's not let UPXI and DWTX out of our sight. All right, yeah, Demi, that one has turned. So That one looks pretty good. Also, though, if you want something that's moving with the market, this one is a good one. Gold is gapping up to new highs here. So if you're trading, if you can, I saw the price range of CWT. This is something that I hadn't covered. So the gold miners, gold gapping up, this one can move. So take a look at NEM. You see it's been on a strong, aggressive uptrend, and gold is gapping up to new highs with the current environment. So take a look at that one. Okay. All right. Yeah. US 30 and indices traders, stay sharp today, especially with the gap down. You may have some clear opportunities. Okay. VIX contracting. All right. I hope y'all have a great day. Let's get to it, okay? Yeah, Lion Rise. You can look at Vital Knowledge if you trade indices. It's really good for indices. But if you trade individual stocks, you can look at newsfilter.io. It's a good one. And rely on TradingView, because TradingView will have the little bubble there and it'll show you news. If you use something like Thinkorswim, you get a little news box as well. A lot of these, like Trade Ideas, they have a news box as well. So yeah. All right, let's get to it, y'all. Hope y'all have a great day, and I will talk to y'all later. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. The best paid one is Trade the News. Trade the News. But I would say just start with TradingView and newsfilter.io. You don't have to pay for that. Just get started there. And a lot of what you need is there. You don't really have to, when you want to get into once you build a certain edge and you get to a point where you need like on-demand news and you want to pay for it, you're making money, it's kind of expensive, maybe about $250 a month. Trade the News is the fastest that I know. And you can get a squawk. They just read out the news to you. Okay? All right. Have a great day. Bye-bye.